So we will hear now more about the blowing of the conches. Now, Sanjay will describe various signs of victory for the Pandava army, especially the transcendental sounds of the consuls of Krishna. We will hear the names of the consul, Arjun's consul, and what will be the effect on the heart of the sons of Dhritarashtra. It will shatter their hearts. And then we will see in Bhagavad Gita now, Krishna appears. Krishna appears sitting on the chariot with Arjuna. And Krishna will reveal his nature of Bhakta Vatsal. He is always affectionately inclined towards his devotees. And we will discuss that quality of Krishna. And then Arjuna will order Krishna, please place my chariot between these two armies. I want to see who is present. I want to see those who are supporting the evil Deland. And then in the next section, Krishna will do that. And then it seems Arjuna has a problem. But first, text 14. Tata svatera yukte mati syadanistita madava panavashiva difyo sankhya pradantu. The Krishna is called Madhava here. Madhava means the husband of the goddess of fortune. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, started their transcendental consuls. Their transcendental consuls. So these two armies are there. Millions of warriors are assembled there. And anticipation and excitement intensifies. Duryodhana had highlighted the prowess of his great generals and the formidable strength of the opposing side aiming to instill determination in his warriors from his side. But then Bhishma blew his conch, prompting a resounding response from the Kaurava side, and they all started to blow their shells, bugle, horns, and drums. The fire spirit of the Kshatriyas surged within them. I will try to find here, because it's good to Purna Chandra Maharaj that he made a dramatic recording of the Bhagavad Gita using the verses of the Bhagavad Gita, but also the verses of Baladev Vidyabhushan. And I'll try to find it here. Yeah. It's on the VHG website. There we go to Purnachandra. Purnachandra Goswami. There we have Gitamrishtveta. So I will let you hear as relaxation also between this, the first part of his, of the first chapter of the Gita. And it lets you feel like you are present on the battlefield. It's amazing that
Chapter 1. Observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. O Sanjay, what is happening with my sons and the sons of Pandu since they assembled at Kuru? O Sanjay, what is happening with my sons and the sons of Pandu since they assembled at Kurukshetra for battle? Maharaj, after looking over the Pandavas' military formation, your son approached Dronacharya and began to speak. Acharya, behold the vast Pandava army, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupad. In this army are many heroic bowmen equal to Bhima and Arjuna. Great fighters like Yuyudhan, Virat, and Drupad. There are also powerful fighters like Drishtaketu, Chekitan, Kashiraj, Purujit, Kuntipod, and Shaibya. Look, there is Yudhamanyu, the powerful Uttamaoja, the son of Subhadra, and the sons of Draupadi. All these warriors are powerful chariot fighters. But for your information, O best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the warriors who are especially qualified to lead my armies. They are personalities like your good self, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwatthama, Vikarna, and Gurishwava. They are always victorious in battle. And there are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with many weapons, and all are experienced in military science. Our strength is immeasurable. We are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhishma, but the strength of the Pandavas is limited. Everyone must now give full support to Bhishma while standing at our strategic points of entrance into the phalanx of the army. Sanjaya speaks. Then Bhishma blew his conch shell very loudly, like a roaring lion, which gave Yodan joy. Bhishma was thinking, victory or defeat is in the Lord's hands, but I'll do my duty as a Kshatriya and give my life. And now that I've blown my conch shell, Krishna will respond by blowing his conch shell, which I long to hear. After that, the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns all suddenly sounded, and the combined sound was tumultuous. The other side of the battlefield, both Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conch shells. Krishna blew his conch shell from Panchajanya, Arjuna blew his Devadatta, and Bhima blew his terrific conch shell called Pandra. Krishna blew his conch shell, Yananta Vijay, Nakula and Sahadev blew his Sukosha and Manipushpa. That great archer, the king of Kasi, the great fighter Sikandi, Drishtadyumna, Virat, the unconquerable Satyaki, Drupa, the sons of Draupadi, and the others all blew their respective conch shells. The blowing of these conch shells became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of their sons. At that time, Arjuna, seated in the chariot, bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows.
So that's a more dramatic presentation. But it brings a lot of feel to life. So text 14. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot by white horses, sounded their transcendental conscience. Text 15. Pansajayam Rishikesho Devudatam Dhananjaya Pandram Dhamma Mahasankam Bhima Karma Frikodara. Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Pansajaya. Arjuna blew his the Devatata. And Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called Pandra. So we see here the names of these conch shells that so also Krishna and Arjuna blew their transcendental conch shells, but the quality of their sound was different from the Kauravas. It was transcendental. That at that moment, especially, Arjuna was empowered by Krishna. You will remember that later, after Krishna left, how he was empowered. That it was a very unique situation, because the conch shell from Arjuna was given to him by Indra, and also the quivers of arrows he carried were bestowed by Indra. His white horses were gifted by Chitrara, the powerful Gandharva, and Krishna himself was the charioteer of Arjuna, with the chariot given to him by Agni. Thus Arjuna had a truly extraordinary position when those divine conch shells sounded, as described in verse 15. Significant events unfolded. So they were following the protocol on the battlefield. They responded to the conch shells of the opposite party. So, and it was custom that the seniors at one side blew the conch shell, and then the other side responded in kind. So Madhava, another name for Krishna, Madhava, it signifies victory. because Madhav means is the consort of the goddess of fortune. So that's also a sign of victory. We need to remember these signs of victory, so write them down. That Madhava is one. That yeah. And then of course you have just Krishna's presence on the side of the Pandavas, another sign of victory. But, so Arjuna stood on his chariot. His chariot was drawn by white horses, and he had his revered Gandiva bow, his transcendental quivers in his hand. So he got this divine possessions, like this chariot. It's described in the Bhagavatam. We got it from Agni. So the Gandiva bow, the horses, the chariot, inexhaustible quivers. It points all to triumph, victory. And also you had the flag of Hanuman on the chariot of Arjuna. Then you have the sacred location, Kurukshetra, the fact that Madhava or Krishna was standing at their side. And Krishna blew the Pushpa Janya. So his conch is the Pushpa Janya. It was originally possessed by a demon. It echoed the victory he achieved while searching for the son of his teacher, Sandipani Muni. Sandipani Muni asked us Dakshina to Krishna and Balaram for returning his son. He was swallowed by the ocean. But the Devadatta, another conch shell, was also gifted by Agni. These were not ordinary conch shells. They struck fear into the hearts of the Kaurava army, and they trembled with the apprehension upon hearing the resounded blasts. However, a similar effect did not occur when the Kauravas blew their conch shell. So this is also significant. But from where did Krishna acquire the conch named Pansajanya? This particular conch shell originally belonged to a demon who was slain by Krishna. The incident took place when Krishna rescued the son of his teacher, Sandipani Muni. Krishna ventured to the banks of the Prabhakshitra lake. He dived into the waters and confronted the demon who assumed the form of a conch shell. The Pansajanya transformed into Krishna's own conch shell. Moving on, Arjuna is also referred as Dhananjaya, because he was given this conch shell when he was sent by Yudhishthira to the northern regions. No, I'm sorry. It's not a conch shell. It was given he got the name Dhananjaya. He got the name Dhananjaya when he was sent to the north to collect wealth for Yudhishthira Rajasuya sacrifice. And Arjuna returned with abundant wealth and treasures to support Yudhishthira Maharaj Jagya. This accumulation of wealth was facilitated by the blessings of Indra, and the pious deeds of the Pandavas was one of the reasons for Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana's envy. They had initially allocated the Pandavas a mere portion of the kingdom, but through divine intervention and the Pandavas' virtue, Indraprastha blossomed into a realm of opulence, and Duryodhana's envy was further fueled when he visited the Pandavas' splendid assembly hall and witnessed his exquisite beauty. Draupadi's laughter at his misfortune when he fell into the water certainly didn't help matters. Hence, Arjuna is called Dhananjaya, the conqueror of wealth. That this name signifies a degree of victory, as Arjuna emerged triumphant in subjugating numerous kings and expanding the empire of Bharat, which encompassed vast territories beyond its present boundaries. Now, the next two verses, 16, 18. Here you have all the names of the consuls of the others. Antavijayam Raja Kunti Putri Yudhishthira Nakula Sadevasha Sugosoma Mani Puspaka Kasyasa Parameshvasa Sikandi Samaharata Ristadyumna Viratasha Satya Kisa Saparajita Drapadeyasha Sarvasa Pritivepate Sabada Samahabahu Sankandamo Pitach. King Yudhishthir, the son of Kunti, blew his consul, the Ananta Vijaya, and Nakula and Sardev blew the Sugoshai Manipushpaka, the great archer of the king of Kashi, the great fighter Sikandi, Ristadyumna, Virata, the unconquerable Satyaki, Draupadi, the sons of Draupadi, and others. O king, such as the mighty armed son of Sabada, all blew their respective consuls. So here is an intriguing hint provided by Sanjaya. He possessed knowledge of the future events by the mercy of Vyas. Interesting. Only the warriors here, whose consul is mentioned here in the text of the Bhagavad Gita, they will survive the battle of Kurukshetra. That all those whose consul are mentioned at the side of the Pandavas. Among them, Satyaki is mentioned. And as he emerges unscathed, and Bhishma is also expected to survive due to his invincibility. But he could leave on his own accord, which he did. The indication holds significance. The individuals whose consuls are specifically named are the ones who lived and survived the intense battle. On the other hand, those warriors who were mentioned without their consul names met their demise. However, there is an exception in the case of Satyaki, who remained undefeated due to his unconquerable nature. In his commentary, Srila Prabhupada appears to reinforce this concept. He states that starting with the respected elder Bhishma down to his grandsons such as Abhimanyu and other kings from various regions of the world, all were present on the battlefield and destined to meet their tragic fate. The responsibility for this catastrophic outcome lies with King Dhritarashtra, as he encouraged the policies adopted by his own sons. That is text 19. Jagosha Dhritarashtanam Hridayani Vyadarayat Nabasha Pritavim Shiva Tumalo Bhavanudaya Bhavana Bhavanunadayam. The blowing of these different consoles became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and in the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. We see here the sons of Dhritarashtra. The resounding vibration of the Pandavas party shattered the hearts of Dhritarashtra's sons. This profound effect can be attributed to the unwavering faith of the Pandavas to Lord Krishna. Those who seek refuge in the Lord's protection have nothing to fear, even in the face of the most formidable calamities. Fear is regarded as a manifestation of a polluted heart. The Pandavas, having embraced the shelter of Lord Krishna, were devoid of fear. Indeed, this occurrence serves as yet another auspicious omen. That does someone have water, please? Text 20. Atyapyavastitam drishtva dashtarashtam kapitvaja pravitti sasra sampate dana utyama pandava rishikenam tadavakyam idamaha maipati. At that time, Arjun, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot, bearing the flag with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. O king, after looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra drawn in military array, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna these words. So we have now, for the first time, Krishna appearing here in the battlefield. That there are on this verse there are a few interesting stories. That so Arjun, he had this emblem of Hanuman on his flag. It symbolized his alliance with the mighty monkey deity, Hanuman. That there is a significant pastime from the Mahabharata where Arjun encountered Hanuman. Interesting. During the Pandavas' exile in the mountainous regions near the Alakalanda River, Draupadi came across a captivating 1,000-petal lotus that exuded a sweet fragrance. So this 1,000-petal lotus came from the river Alakananda, came down, and so she was enchanted by his beauty, and then she desired to offer more of these lotuses to Yudhishthira, and she requested Bhima that Bhima, she said, Bhima, please go upstream and get more of these flowers. I want them to offer to Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Bhima, he ascended the mountain, and when he was running up on the mountain, the forest started to tremble, and but on his path he encountered a big monkey lying across the trail, across the pathway. So Bhima did not know who this monkey was. And the monkey's tail obstructed Bhima's passage. It's a big monkey. And Bhima said to the monkey, "Move your tail aside." But the monkey replied in a calm voice. He said, "I cannot move my tail. I'm too old." And he said, "Bhima, you move my tail." So Bhima, filled with pride, he attempted to lift the tail, but he failed. He could not. So he became increasingly frustrated. Eventually, Hanuman revealed his true identity, and he said to Bhima, "I'm your elder brother." Because Bhima came from the union of Kunti and Vayu, the big god. And also Hanuman. So then Bhima humbly surrendered to Hanuman. But he had a request. He said, Bhima said to Hanuman, "Can you make to see me your big form? The form you had when crossing over to Lanka." And Hanuman felt obliged, and he was growing in size, displaying only a fraction of his form. But this divine encounter resulted in Hanuman pledging his presence on Arjuna's chariot flag, blending his war cries with Bhima's, thereby intimating the enemy's forces. So, therefore, Hanuman adorned Arjuna's flag. Yeah. So Arjuna is also called as Kapidvaja, derived from the presence of Hanuman in his flag. There are two noteworthy incidents associated with this title. Once, while Arjuna was wandering near a river, a massive monkey prostrated before him, offering obeisances. Curious, Arjuna inquired about the monkey's identity, and the monkey revealed himself as Hanuman, the servant of Lord Ram. Arjuna remarked that if he had been present during the construction of the bridge of Lanka, he would have effortlessly built a stronger bridge with his mighty Gandiva bow, unlike Lord Ram's bridge. Hanuman, in a respectful tone, pointed out that Arjuna's bridge would not have withstood even the weight of the monkeys in Lord Ram's army. Intrigued, Arjuna challenged Hanuman to test the strength of his bridge by carrying a heavy object. Arjuna built a bridge with his arrows, and then Arjuna challenged Hanuman to test the strength of his bridge by carrying heavy objects. So Hanuman assumed his colossal form, carried massive stones, and placed them on Arjuna's bridge made of arrows. As Hanuman's weight pressed upon the bridge, Arjuna became anxious and fervently prayed to his beloved deity, Lord Krishna, to ensure that his bridge integrity remained. Miraculously, the bridge held, and Hanuman marveled at his resilience. Curious about the source of blood flowing beneath the bridge, Hanuman leaped into the river and discovered Lord Ram supporting the bridge with arrows in his back. His divine encounter revealed that Arjuna perceived Lord Krishna as Lord Ram. So Arjuna saw Lord Krishna, not Ram. While Hanuman beheld Lord Ram himself, he saw Lord Ram. The Lord commended both Arjuna and Hanuman as his dearest devotees and enjoined them to become friends. He prophesied that in the imminent battle, Hanuman would join Arjuna by residing on his flag and providing assistance. Hanuman would be on the flag. Thus, Hanuman's presence was Arjuna's flag, testament to his divine interaction. Therefore, Arjuna, adorned with the emblem of Hanuman, Kapitvaja, became a significant omen, foretelling the victorious outcome of the Pandava army. A noteworthy detail is that Arjuna, at this juncture, grasped his renowned bow, Gandiva bow, poised for battle. Subsequently, the following verse unfolds the events that transpired. So, then text 21, 22. Arjuna speaks to Krishna. The first words he says, Arjuna vacha senyo vayo madhye ratham stapaya nishuta yavanetam niriksheham yodukamam avashitam kaya maya sahayodavyam ashmin ranasamcham. Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I can see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. So, Lord Krishna's called here that Asyuta, one Asyuta, infallible, because he never fails in his affection for his devotees. That's very nice. One of Krishna's qualities. He's always seeking opportunity to serve his devotees. He was a servant of the Pandavas in so many ways. And he takes more pleasure in carrying out the orders of his devotee than he himself gives orders. Although he accepted the position of a charioteer of Arjuna, his position was that of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And see here, there are further comments, 22. So, Arjuna was recognizing Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He humbly orders him, drive my chariot in the midst of these two armies. So this line of this front lines many miles from, it is a 64 miles or more. It's so Krishna, out of love, he becomes obedient to his devotees and immediately takes up the role of a charioteer, as instructed by Arjuna. So this is a unique relationship that the Lord is willing to serve his devotees. Yeah. There's a wonderful story from Chaitanya Charitamrita when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling in South India. He visited the temple of Lord Ranganath in Rangakshetra. There he noticed an illiterate Brahmin attempting to read the Bhagavad Gita, but he was mispronouncing the words. Despite being ridiculed by others for his improper reading, the Brahmin continued with tears streaming down his face to recite, trying to recite Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So Chaitanya approached him and inquired him about his reading. So when the Brahmin felt immediately, he's not joking with me, he's sincerely inquiring. So he said, yes, he's really concerned with me. So he said, yeah, I cannot read properly, but my guru instructed me to read every day 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. But every time when I start reading this, I see that picture of Krishna serving Arjuna as a charioteer. And my heart melts, and tears are coming from my heart. Nice. And Lord Chaitanya embraced the Brahmin, and I said, you have really the most genuine understanding of Gita. We will hear that later also. Bhakti amana vichanti yagnasa. You can only know by God. But returning to the battlefield of Kurukshetra, we have here Arjuna's request. It's not out of fear, in fact. He wants to assess the strength and identity of those who have joined Duryodhana's army. He wants to recognize and understand his opponents, their strength. It did not have any intention of peace negotiations. His confidence, I'm going to win this war, was unwavering. And he addresses Krishna with the term Asyuta. Krishna is infallible, that we are fallible. But it means here is unwavering for his affection for his devotees. This is Krishna's unconditional love and protection for his devotees. It's expressed through his role as Arjuna's charioteer. He embraces Arjuna to his chest, symbolizing his loving embrace and complete protection. Thus Krishna is known as Asyuta, one who brings his devotees close to him and safeguards them. In conclusion, Krishna's order to Krishna to drive the chariot and Krishna's immediate compliance display the deep bond of reciprocal relationship between the devotee and Lord Krishna's unwavering love and protection for his devotees. They are evident through his actions and his use of the words Asyuta Bhakta Vatsaya. Now text 23. 23. Yusyamanam apaksheham yititra samankatam taktarastadu udaya yuti priyasikirsavam. Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil minds of Dhritarashtra. So he wanted to get an estimation of the strength of the opponents. At the same time, was confident of victory. So we are, the chariot is in the middle of this armies. We have heard the tumultuous sounds of trumpets, bugles, and drums filling the air. Atmosphere is charged with excitement and determination for battle. Arjuna, with his bow in hand, prepares to release his arrows. However, amidst the intense moment, he unexpectedly utters the words, "Let me see." At this moment, And that we will discuss this afternoon. We will get an insight in Arjuna's turmoil in his heart. That is, he's the most brave, he's fearless, but he's going to feel the weight of his emotions. Because where is Krishna going to put a chariot? Chariot, more than 60 miles line of battlefield. Where is he going to put the chariot? Just in front of Krishna. Deland. Deland is Arjuna's teacher. Krishna is grandfather. What will happen, we see at 4 p.m. we will discuss to see what's Arjuna's problems. And we'll discover that these are also our problems. That the body concept of time is fine. So signs of victory, it's not unknown from the previous section, that Kurukshetra, the blowing of the conscience, Krishna is called Madhava, and Krishna is at the side of the family. And then we have Hanuman on the flag, and the main ones. Any question? Yes, please.
Maharaj, what was the difference in the conscience between the two sides that decided in favor of one?
Yeah, so the main difference is the conscience of Arjuna, of Krishna, and the conscience of Yudhishthira Maharaj, Pandavas, Sadeh, and Kula. They were the votes of Krishna, and their conscience were used in the service of Krishna. And therefore, their brilliant conscience was transcendental. And the building of the conscience of the other side, they were motivated. And therefore, they had no transcendental power. So the transcendental conscience, they goes to fear into the heart of the ghost. But otherwise, in the other way, there was no effect.
The other question, Maharaj, why did Arjuna decide to go to the middle of the battlefield when he knew already who he was going to fight with?
Yeah, we will see that point, and this will be discussed in text 28 and 29 this afternoon. In one purport says, Krishna's affection for Vishnudev and so on, and not wanting to harm, they were, it's because he is a pure devotee of Krishna. He has a very soft heart. The next purport says that Krishna's affection for Vishnudev and so on, for his relatives, was caused by material fear and attachment to the body concept of life. So there are two contradictory statements there, but how to reconcile them? We will hear later what Prabhupada said. Arjuna is an eternal associate of Krishna. And his service is he travels with Krishna from universe to universe. His service is to facilitate the speaking of Bhagavad Gita. And therefore, Krishna influenced him by yoga maya, spiritual energy, not the material energy, to bring him in illusion and ask questions to our benefit from the body constructed life, from the body platform. To Krishna brought him in illusion to ask the right questions so that he can speak Bhagavad Gita. And that's a deeper understanding. We'll hear that later also in the fourth chapter, where it's revealed how Arjuna is an eternal associate, Krishna. Because Arjuna will tell, Krishna will tell to Arjuna, you have forgotten your previous life. Because long time ago, I spoke Bhagavad Gita to Vipashvan, and you were also there. He was there with another body, because he was on the sun. With this body, you cannot go there. This is an eternal associate who travels to Krishna. And that is what happens. So he's not an ordinary person. He's playing the part.
I was thinking maybe he wanted to have a last look before he killed them.
That's what we just said at the end. He wanted to get the strength of the opponents, and he wanted to see who is supporting this Duryodhana, who is so evil. But then something will happen that we will hear. Thank you. Yes.
The question is why the number of Kauravas are more compared to
Yeah, there were much more. It's in Aksahinis. The numbers I don't remember, but there are much more Aksahinis. And that's true. So the Pandavas were in a disadvantage in numbers. Still they will be victorious.
11 to 7, Maharaj.
Yeah, 11 to 7, something like that. Yeah. But, yes.
Maharaj, I only asked this question. Bhishmadev is considered one of the 12 Maharajas.
Yeah.
And still, when Draupadi was insulted, why did he not speak? Why didn't he protest? And what I have heard is, just like Arjuna was put under view of Maya by Krishna, to ask these questions. Was it Bhishmadev also under view of Maya?
And tell you the whole fallen, and even Dhritarashtra, the Lord of Duryodhana, well, for example, he said at the end of the Bhagavatam, Krishna leaves. Then at that time, Krishna's pastimes are like a traveling roadshow, and everyone plays his part. So Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra have to play the bad part, but they are Krishna's associate. And then at the end, when the battle is over, everyone takes up his customs and prepares to go to the next show, the next universe. That is how Bhagavad Gita explained it. So this is the deeper understanding. But of course, we have to learn our lesson that they perform the play for benefit.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. What is the reaction when Krishna gave all the bodies to Kaurav side? They are the devotees, right? In one point, what was the reaction?
So they all died, but the point is that they all went back to the spiritual world. All the buyers who saw Krishna in the battlefield, they went back to the spiritual world. Or if they don't want, they want to go to their previous position, they want to their previous position. So they got back their eternal life. And that's because they are doing their service for Krishna and following their instructions. Krishna says you have to find what you always like, they follow his instructions. Yeah. Because from the holy concept of life, this is the whole tragedy. That's people think afterlife is nothing, but we learn by what he found out the consciousness, and that consciousness will continue. That it will not be covered over when you are a devotee as long as you follow the religious principles. Religious principles means following Krishna's order. As long as we follow Krishna's instructions, we are protected by these instructions. That's what Vishmadev says to Yudhishthira. When he's going to leave, he's lying on a bed of arrows and is instructing Yudhishthira in how to govern and rule. He's saying to Vishmadev, Vishmadev says to Yudhishthira, as long as you follow the Brahmins and the religious principles, you will be protected by these Brahmins and these religious principles. So that's also a lesson for us. You have to follow Krishna's instruction in life. That's the essence of spiritual life. Before you do something, you think that is not going to please Krishna, not going to please my spiritual master. You are not sure, wait and consult. So that is important. Good. Is he going anytime? Yes.
How to understand or try to understand why so much importance is given to conscience, because usually it is a war. So, I was thinking logically, they would explain or they would talk more about the weapons, arms. That okay, this person had this arm or weapon, and so, but they're like these many verses just talking about conscience. So how to understand that?
Yeah, it's just a passage. Is a tradition. At the beginning of the war, they blew their conscience. And one party, the senior started, and the other responded. And but in this case, the consuls of the Pandavas who are mentioned have a special significance because they are used in Krishna's service. And therefore, the sound they produce is transcendental and has a devastating effect in the heart of the opposing party. Where those who are not transcendentally situated and acting for their own enjoyment, the power of their conscience has nothing. It's useless. And that's significant. It's mentioned here because Sanjay wanted to tell Dhritarashtra, forget it, that just these consuls, it says enough. You will use the button. Yeah. So that is, if we use things in Krishna's service, it becomes powerful and transcendental powerful. You may not be aware of it, but it is. And because sometimes we are thinking many times in immediate results, but the results of our Krishna conscious action, it's not so easy to say. And you are giving a book to someone, and the man takes it and throws it in the bin. And then a pauper comes going into the bin and searching for things, and he gets a book out and he starts to read it, and he becomes a devotee and joins the temple. These books is a transcendental situation, and that's a strong power. You cannot judge these things. Yeah. Good. Thank you very much. Yes.
My question is, why Dronacharya, who mentioned here, is a great Brahmana, but why is he at the side of the Buddha?
Dronacharya?
Dronacharya.
Yeah, Dronacharya. Yeah, Dronacharya. He was, because when Dronacharya became the teacher of the Pandavas and the Kauravas, they were one group. They were one group. It was not that there was rivalry, but when they were young, they were friends. But later, these problems with Duryodhana giving trouble to the Pandavas started. But the one who engaged Dronacharya was Vishnudev. He asked Dronacharya to teach that. So historically, yes, they are by one, and Dronacharya never left his position under Dhritarashtra. It remains. So it was historically. It was like that. Of course, there are also histories. I think that's one of the main points. Yes, please.
I have heard that Sanjay spoke this Bhagavad Gita after Bhishma fell. Is that correct?
I heard of those ones.
Yeah, is that correct?
That there are different versions. I heard also after the 10th day when Vishnu came, then he went to Dhritarashtra, and yeah, that's in the Mahabharata, I think, and there are different versions. Yeah, but still, Sanjay could see the future by the master he asked that, and when he spoke to Dhritarashtra, Srila Prabhupada writes, all those in the disciplic succession and all the devotees in the disciplic succession of the asked would see the same thing, because then when Sanjay speaks about the universal form, so all the devotees in disciplic succession would also see the universal form. Anyway, that's, you are right, also about this thing.
When I heard that, I was in doubt, and I said, what my life, I feel that this was over the first day of the band. And then somebody that after Bhishma fell, that's the time Sanjay went back.
Yeah, because Sanjay was also fighting in this chapter, and then he went back. That's no.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much. We will pause now and continue at 4 p.m. for the last half of chapter 1, and we will hear about Arjuna's doubts. And we will discuss this contradiction, this person, this purpose, Prabhupada. And yeah. And then we will discuss 4 reasons of Arjuna for not fighting. 4 reasons we will discuss this afternoon. But in Bhagavad Gita we have 5. There's one at the beginning of the 2nd chapter, undecision. So these are that we will discuss this afternoon. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Srila Prabhupada ki